omwana magara ngakira magana
hariho abandi abinanyenda gamba omushaho abakoza ekitweta traditional eye medicine ebishaka very dangerous.
Program manya magara gawe ntukusyaho abashaho abakugu
HPV vaccine ekingira kanseri n'amwenda 90%.
bakushomesa ebintu bitari bimwe na bimwe ebibwakubasa kukora kugira ngo uture amagara marungi.
It is very important tujahirwaro omanya magara gawe exposure tukenezo mbazi nazo ne ARVs osmira for 1 month abo kubaka kongo aka virus kakatakairo museri y'omuntu tokafuna kakataire mu wafuna HIV.
Ebyona ntubikora okufutaho empinda hinduka omuka yawe n'omuhereza wawe twishe Nicholas aha GNTV.
This is GNTV, releasing life.
Chira program yawe nyamurungi manya amagara gawe amazina nira kantujuche Nicholas arubana kutwara program weji nyamurungi buri rwa kabiri kurugashahina mpaka shaitano ezakasheshe egarukwamu rwa kana kurugashahina mpaka shaitano ogwa nyikiro kaburizo tubizira n'abashaho batari bamwe na bamwe ahanshonga zitari zimwe na zimwe kureba ngo amagara gawe amagara g'umwana wawe amagara g'umunyabuzare na munywano wawe ngoko gamanya gafuna wezi ningashi ekitubasa kugira ngo ne hope. We all know that prevention is better than cure. Nicyo twizera n'abashaho batari bamwe na bumwe anshonga zitari zimwe na zimwe ahazamagara kureba ngo iwaryokwe wihamu watwara wayegeso ndijo ningashi umuntu wo kuba nomanya aliati ombitko bantu gamba no baso kumushyikira omuhaburi haza umanyise ngo indwara nekira kandi nebasa na nukwehoro erizoba twija na n'umuntu mukuru reka tumikirize ayanjure tugumize mu numuramo gwitu kwerizo twakwakira
sobare mnonga Nicholas.
Yes.
Abakutureba mwene himuri twabakira kandi mwebare kubana mureba GNTV.
Yes.
Amazina ganje niye Murungi Christine. Abinji nibamanya nka mama haza bwenu yes nimbaza kuba nakugukira mu by'abana konka ndiyo mushomesa ngashimba ubushomesa kwa high school.
Yes.
Konka bw'abana bwa rukundo y'abana.
Yes.
Nina shara mnazo mu by'abana bato
hatecho wabo mushomesa wa high school konka hati ya nore oriyo mu by'amagara ombana abo they consider you as your position ejo.
I think on the specialist wa autism kind of the activist.
Yes.
Wa autism abo kuba karuga kukireba kandi tinyenyenka nankeje mbera ya autism.
Yes.
Mbwenu highly marginalized.
Yes.
Abana ba autism tubakubafaho. Yes nabona ba special needs nkabandi konka mwe nabo kushanga knowledge ya autism tekabire nyingi tukagitungire mnonga. So twine buyambi bwinje butware biro buhebwa abana baso yena shara munagira ntikambe ninye naguma nimbagambirira.
Yes.
Ni iraka ryabo no butaroho abamwe tebakagamba konkanyiwe rahanga mpiriraka yamba nebigambo so nashara mukambe nimbagambira
omurimi orito nyankori akagambo autism okakashobora ta omuntu witwa mucyaro ku
mbwen autism nkopohurira ngu malaria no mushwije.
Yes.
Nkopohurira ngu TV n'endwara y'enkoro.
Yes.
Autism teriyo umuri nyankori konka kunakubasa kushobora mbwene kugezaho kucyanguhya.
Yes.
Autism nkopohurira ngo mwana shinyire hatwe okushinyokwe no pomubiri konka autism obwongo nibwo kuba bushinyire.
Yes.
So autism omurjungu ningasho rurabandi ntugira ngo it's a brain developmental delay azaneje affectinga omwana miringo mingi konko muri nyankore ekigambo autism cyo tikiriyo.
Yes. If it is a brain developmental delay that brings in pregnant mothers. Omuzire nuwakuletera omwana weye obwongo bw'omwana bwashinya.
When it comes to autism, abantu bakiriyo nibakyondoza. Nibakikora research zo zikiriyo ni nyingi omunsi zona. Na hata mu Uganda nitwe turiyo tukora research kureba kugezaho tukamanya autism egi real nergahi nicyo kikugireta eje mbera nicyo kikugiretera omwana yabera nayo yagitunga tinkajya ngo no mukazi munabaye nenda ngo ahereza omwana autism no ekyo mutakakikiriza ko haragira wakikugambira ocyangi.
Yes, engeri tukukirebamu, we see this is something very important on both those who are watching nanitwe benyini abariyo nibakigambaho. Omuntu kakushinya obwongo because it comes in different categories. Hinugo kushanga omuntu ahunamire munonga they say ngugo omuntu akarwara autism. Is it true?
Well, autism obutagamba is one of the symptoms. Nuko kabonera kamwe akokworeka ngo omwana nabasaka bayine autism. Autism ko kunabagira ngo no okushinya obwongo. Twena ntikimanya ngo omuntu weno kuba omuntu kwetegereza buri kimwe cyona okagira amagara gahuri agarije ukashoma ukarugamo mweno kabaje. Byona nibirigirahi ahabwongo. Bunkato umwana ubwongo kubukushinya hariho ebintu bingi ebyaro ebikuba affected amagaragi. Nko kugamba. Nko communicating. Nka okwega. Nka okumanya okore ebintu bya burijo. So no shanga umwana takayijweka na no kuryo umwe takayirisa ushanga umwana w'imyaka 3 wamtere byo kurya suwana nagira atabuzaniramu suwana ajumka umwe abana babatera konka they shouldn't.
How is it diagnosed?
Hatko kweza kumanya symptoms za autism. Mwene katugire ngo mukazi wagirenda. Nitutwarenda tuzendezire imyezi 8 mwenda omwana azarwa. Nangwa haruna bakuzarwa bwini imyaka 7 bakahona bakaguma. Amine imyezi 7. So umwana ko kumuzara burijo bona bakusyamye ahamwaka kagumwe atandika gambo mama tata ekikopo amate bice ahiya imyaka 2 omwana nanagambira kimwe konka hatuwaza kumanya ngo umwana inabasa kuba ine autism noreba omwe mbasi imyaka 2 bakugamba nibi network konke chize bigamba bwaji bibora omwe ngo poreba omwana nayo omukazi nayo nsi mwana namushekera namuzanza omwana nawe na mureba mu misho namukwata mu kanwa na ngene bantu ba communicating umwana wa autism ebyo nabaso kutabikora onijo oshanga ngene nubuya kubasiza imyaka nkesha twena no mweta oyeta atakubasara ngo kugira ati ngo yaparaki yahinduka yakureba obundi mwana yabana atambara natumbishiriza mwene no bonero nubwinji obundi takashita mahanga kagumaho yashita maha okize umudakikemwe abayagire kuriya abaya mwene nabatine kuguma hantu omwanya gumo.
Ahari ekyo omwana omuzire nabasa kutandika atako observinga obubonero aha mwana weye naine myaka ki
hati nko kuna ndiyo ninjiza kubashoborera nkirugirira umwana no basa no kukireba abakaza bakuba bazireho ayaya ziri umwana wo kubanza akabona no wa kabiri nanamanya ngo umwana pakubari myezeji nanakoreji yabana ariyo myezi 8 mwenda nano umushekera nawe kugaruka mwa kushekera yariyo omwezi myaka 2 nanagamba nashobora no birabe bitakurga yoke konkana nagamba nanazana nabatahibi konko wa autism takwenda kuzana nabatahibe wamhereza toys nabasa kufuna mwemwe yonka gumen niyo yaguma nakwata myaka 3 really ushime kuba wamanyire utomwana wanje okina kantu akatashikiri.
Yes. Omwana arukuba azarirwe amyezi mukaga na mushanju. There is a certain research which was done. Abamwe nibarugamba bakura. But does that fluorescence light eba kuba exposed on nayo ne damaging obwongo bwabo?
Ekyo tinka basa abo kuba hina bana binarebera bakukirabamu bakarugamu batine any defect. Kandi ushanga haruna n'abana bakuba batakirabiremu bazaroha myezi 9 konka bakafuna defects. So mwene ejo light ejo tinka kugira ngo ubuzima zimaneshisho bongo bomwana. Nga
omuntu w'omukyalo abo kuba wagamba nore abazire nanisha ba wori GNTV bambe ogezeho oteho time yawe oyegebe bintu abo kuba turiyo ntugamba ahankuza y'omwana na nebinte byokuza kushanga ayine konkiwe omufuture ye yamara kura bakugire ngo nyina taramureberire ishe taramureberire abazira mwentu manyangu ahabwe inshonga y'isente abana numbaresigira abakozi konka twandushaba wafu n'obwire bwawe gezaho umanye obubonero omuntu mbure byanagambera oreba umwana wawe umanye nubasa kukihaho iwe nk'omuntu akugukira muri aba bana ruko bamanyage omuzira ryokwe ni common signs ziki icyakubasa kwemerera umushanke muyayi n'umwana we haza amanyete bakagamba ariye kinaneki nimbaza kukirogo anyambi.
Okay. So far twagamba habonero nkamukaga konka tinka kugira ngo umwana wumwe wa autism nababwine bona nobasa kushanga hene ho bushatu ningabuna kandi ushange nubwinje ubwo bonero nubwinji nubukira hari mukaga. Hati aba nubwo affecting autism affecting abana omiringo itari yemwe nemwe. So noza kushanga konka mwe no bukira omyo ahinkurebera umwana kamanto gumwana ari mu autism. Attention span na mwana nabata kuterera mwanya gumu omwana atakugamba omweto umwe atakakwetaba takarebayo takahinduka ahabo kubongo bwe burya hakintu iki cyariyo nakora cyakufocusinga obundi oshanga because their senses nabaine sensory integration disorder oshanga nibakwata hamato kugira ngo mwamuri around ninga haronko abagamba ninga noises zimwa affecting ningo shanga umwana agira bundi na flapping ngaro ninga natambura tumbishirize ko kunana bagambire ninga atakubasa kureba misho
direct
ndabatine eye contact so ebintu nkebyo na nebindi bingi omwene oza kumkwataho yanga takwenda mwene tactile naba takwenda kumkwataho oshanga umwana naenda ngo aguma byamere nko mbinyansi ahabo kuma mwene ombergoye nkwenda kukura ariho abana bamwe nabakunda kutemba ushanga natemba adirisa atemba mweno imiti yabine miti nomushanga kuri yahiguru kandi takagwa.
Iwe nkomkugu amanyere ababana, how is autism spectrum disorder different from other brain development disorders?
Okay. Other developmental disorders harmonka cerebral palsy.
Yes.
Cerebral palsy umwana abana batakutambura nano kushitama umwe kuva kwanjire nukwanga ushanga umwana ine myaka 8 takushitama takugamba taine cyakwekorera mbwenu omushanga na mwene inorufuzi rutura rwone rwituruka nuko nchiba kwita drooling hati o autism kandi ebyo nabatabyini takudroolinga kandi natambura milestones zikukira naba azikiro mbwiri ngo kutambura ngo kushitama ngo okwajura bino ebikukira nibabikorera mbwire bwabi then oshanga hari yonka nka down syndrome
Yes.
abaana ba down syndrome boona wabareba nibabiine features zikushana emission gakushana face zaabo niziba zishana nibaba biine orurimi oshanga ruri nkorurimi ruhango ruri nkorutakwijura mu kanwa mbwenu ababo nibaba bari aba down syndrome. So autism yo nikyo ekyeri spectrum kugira ngu omwana washanga ryaho ashitani tokamanya ngo ayina obuzibu konka watandika kuinteractinga nawe ngokoreba omwana nomujyo but hey, how are you Jaden when I am kwayirukanga koraki agenda.
What diagnostic tools ezumukosa ku assessing abana
mbwenu tools nika checklist kumanya ntubuze bubuzo omwana akagambaho nagambira habwire ki conversation yene egendeta namanya kwejweka namakwerisa namakwetwara toilet namanya kwenabisa kweshunshura obwo nitugamba ka mwana w'emyaka nk'ene 5 mukaga mushanju noshanga bali bati konka batakumaka gukora ibyo byona omwana nashitama na paying attention omwana nazana n'abatahibe mwe ntubuze bubuzo pointers towards the symptoms.
Are there any like concurring conditions which accompany a person who is autistic?
I do not think except
like we find someone yabali autistic okashanga ngu remember these people and you know bagambaho they might be even like these people can be having anxiety ababantu barabato. Is there anything which accompany them kugira ngo mzire yari bananeji can predict that this one is also going to problem?
Yes, abana ba autism mwenu because brain ya obongo bwabo ebintu ite biturukureba nkebishiri bo kandi babasa kuba babireba nkebitashikiri ningito bitukureba ngo tubishikire we nanakireba ngo kikozere ki kishikiri. So umwana wamgira ngo nkoko nahire cyo kureberaho wamhereze byo kuri we nabasese wanu koraki kujijumeka wecyo takine mbuzi takureba ngo nikibi kandi wamgira tinga hateke wakora kubi ningo kagiza wo kumwiha nuko aratabuke akecho anyagura something we call tantrums. Oshanga ya throwing a tantrum ninga yapata nk'ibintu byona yabi nanga yabiconya guze maswani yagateransi yabyata because you are stopping them from doing something that for them they feel is right. So ntubantu etenga kuba understanding omwana wareba aine signs nkezo chesa hobe patient umugumisirize omugumisirize omwege mpora orebe ebindi niki ebyo kubasa ku observing kubasa kuoreka ngomwana ogwo nabasa kuba ineki aine autism konka mbwenu wareba byakushobera abashaho baro wijambara mu referral hospital okazo mu department y'abana hariyo abashaho abakubasa kuyamba bakakushoborera eyindi sayini akabonera kandi abana abo baba batakugwejegera abamwe omuto mu kitanda agumayo natera kariya nagamba of course abamwe tubagamba konko shanga nakora noises atakubyama ushanga zabashamunana umwana atakubyama konka kanda koko twakatungire solution aro kishaka kiba kweta ciliary jo wajifuna murimba rati makwera yaberumu konka nekintu nasa kukihinga ine hinarebere hariya before harwiza aho yiwe ine hiba bentu baguza seedlings nkarebaho ciliary sometime kajiguraho nogitwara nogibyara yagura noguma nogikura nogi blending anotamo twist umwana numuhana very first thing in the morning uza kureba noreba umwana yatandika kugwijigera.
What are the therapies ezumuineho kugira ngo, because I'm seeing you have said it is still under research. That means at this time you use therapies. what type of therapies do you use when mukola abantu abo?
Hati nkokuna bagambira ngo abana nibabine delayed speech. Mweno kugamba kuwanjire.
Yes.
One of the therapies we use is speech and language therapy, one of the strategies. Speech and language therapy ninga kandi kokuna abajanga abana bamwe tubakumanya kukore emirimo ninga shi ebintu bitukora burijo, which we call activities of daily living. Twine occupational therapists.
Yes.
So occupational therapists saba nabo kuyamba abana aba kumwegisa kujwara, kumwegisa kunaba, kumwegisa kuzaha toilet. You imagine kushanga ngo omuntu kiwe mushija mukuru kumanya kuzaha toilet. So ekyo tugezaho kukora hati no kuranga abantu bakimanya.
Yes.
Bakatandika kuronda how can we help our children kugira ngo ehibara akurre babe nibamanya gukora ki to live independent lives.
Yes. I think some of those behavioral therapies, your occupational language and speech, how do they help them? Ziyamba zitaba abana
kashati therapist nabanza achebera umwana aha nibahita oramota area.
Yes.
Ahachebera areba omwana ogu niche kimuzibire gukora ki kugamba. Arahabo kushanga nabasa kugamba ekitweta bilabials. Bilabials nebigambo byo kubasa kugambisa enanga lips zonga.
Yes.
Hati yanagambe ebigambo so nkimanyisa ngo rurimi rurohoki ruho buzubu. So nabwo nagizeho kurusensitizinga umanya making sure ngo batandika gukora twine tongue testers, twine tongue grips za mwene byo bakoze mu kanwa omwe kureba ngo batestinga umwana kureba n'iki kimukomeza barakora ki kugamba baheza college assessment.
Yes.
Then batandikiraho.
Yes. Are there special schools for these people?
Wow. Yes, there are these days. There are what we call centers. There are some centers that people have come up with.
Yes.
Konka personally nyenka activist wabana aba. I believe in inclusion.
Yeah.
Abo babana aba nibargoma kagari inclusive.
Yes.
Their families are inclusive, so why are we segregating against them?
Yes.
Why can't we include them? Abo kubabo obwongo bwabo nobure bushinyire mukano bukora. In fact, I choose to call them amazing children. Ninga the differently abled.
Yes.
Abo baza kureba arihonko mwana outwino omwishomera hinkora tina kigambe hinkora Lala's Daycare and Inclusive School. Ishomera hinkora mutine mu mwana w'imyaka 5.
Yeah.
He can't settle in one place. He's very hyperactive. Writing takubasa.
Yes.
Konko mwana na shoma. Ekigambo nakireba tumurundi kumwe aba yakishomere. No byakuba kiri a 5-year-old reading ekigambo nka kibigambo nki10. Oshanga mwana na shoma ekigambo nka biology, nka pharmacy. It is strange for a 5-year-old who is not paying attention, who nobody has taught how to read. Tini wa mwijisa okushoma. Akabyegisa obwongo bweye buri wired in such a way that it can see anything and read it.
Okay.
Onkataka handika. So they are amazing. He's differently abled.
Isn't it an advantage to the family?
Absolutely.
Because well, I normally do school inspection on health, and I've found there are some schools who have accepted those kids to be there, and they are performing very well. Despite that, Kwakuzum community, Wamnesia, they are too much angered, and they can even do something bad. But I have seen, according to research which have been going on, you see these kids who are having a high IQ, they are like autistic. atuza kushanga ngu omwana bamba mbuza you find ekintu takiruho but after the graduate let me do this one oreba ibintu yabikola as if he was not or she has not been serious about it. Now, is it an advantage or it is a disadvantage?
I will say it's an advantage and it is both depending on the severity.
Yes.
Kokuna bagambira autism is a spectrum. So for some children it affects them mildly. Yes. Ushanga umwana aine ichitukweta high functioning type of autism. Ogo wena agendero mbandi.
Yes.
Nabaine some signs ushanga hyperactive.
Yes.
Ichitukweta ADHD.
Yeah.
Ninga ushanga tine ADHD konka ine dyslexia.
Yes.
Konka mbwenu byone binde kuchira na bikora kurungi. Ushanga ine muka ka tantrum. Akantu kachikatika munyiza wayazirugewe.
Yes.
Ninga ushangarine ari routine based.
Yeah.
Wena enangu kware ayegire ngu bakwiko ayishemero eshawe yena agiteka hariya nakoreki na sharp na ariya snack.
Yes.
So mwahindura mukatikache kimutaburi.
Yes.
Arwawo they are very intelligent.
Yeah.
Then have mild, moderate. Abari affected moderately, abobono mureba manyanguhere aine autism.
Yes.
Kandi nabo nabaza kuba naremwe ibintu bingi konko shanga ine nkabiri ninga kimwe.
Yes.
Ekyarukora exceptionally well.
Yeah.
Then have affected severely. Oshanga nkabubonera bono bunagamba buri hamwana huko.
Yeah.
Abo bono kweruma no shanga na iruma wamteganisa ho kace ningo mutwa gutera ninga guhonda nkakisika ninga yicwanyagura kimwe cyo ninga tera abantu. So abo mbaba severely affected.
Yes.
So bonka all those symptoms. The solution is early intervention.
Yes. Omuro murungi achekumire a GNTV tshiro program ya Nyamurungi manya amagaraga turiyo tugamba ashonga erukumanywa autism. Reka tuyiruka omukahumuro kace tugarike tweyongere no kubashobora enshonga oshwizi mu mwana wawe oshwizi mu muntu okutura nawe umanyi haza uchenge turebe kitwakariza otakarga.
Okwelinda nkukira okutambirwa kana amagara ngakira amagana.
Hariho abandi abinanyenda kugambaho omushaho abakoza ekitweta traditional eye medicine ebishaka very dangerous.
Program manya amagara gawe ntukusyaho abashaho abakugu.
HPV vaccine ekingira kanseri n'omwana n'enda 90%.
Bakushomesa ebintu bitari bimwe na bimwe ebigwakwasa kukora kugira ngo oture amagara marungi.
It is very important tujahirwaro omanyamagara gawe exposure tukenezo mbazi nazo ne ARVs osmira for 1 month abo kubaka kongo aka virus kakatakaira omusiriro omuntu tokafuna kamuka katayire mu wafuna HIV.
Ebyona ntubikora okutaho empina hinduka omuka yawe n'omuhereza wawe twishe Nicholas aha GNTV.
Omuro murungi kurukayo omukahumuro kitu kachemunonga kandi webale no gumano hagira GNTV kandi okagumaho orinzire eje program manya amagara gawe neberoho buri rwa kabiri kurugashahina mpaka shaitano ogwa kasheshe na buri rwa kana kurugashahina mpaka shaitano ogwa nyekiro eje nebe repeat aha GNTV omanya amagara gawe tubantu kurete nshonga tugihayoje ogicenga wamara kugicenga umanya amagara gawe ngoguga kuba ngatambura kimanye ngo amagara marungi nubo buhangasi. Twaba turi omunshonga ya autism ningashi omuntu oko embera y'omuntu kushanga ashinyire obongo ningashi obumwe bweyongireho ahubwo bamwe mbabiye n'amagezi mingi obora noza kutushobora tontwena kumanyaho are there some special medications for these people?
Webare mnonge kibuze ekyo hati nkoku tukumanya autism.
Yes.
Yo autism entindwara tukugira ngo nendwara ngo mushwija tagira ngo n'obwongo kushanga bushinyiremo.
Yes.
So tariho mbazi ogubamanyire ngogu nombazi ogukutamba autism. Kwonka we advise abazire managing autism with feeding, the right feeding. Tugezaho kudiscouraginga ebyokurya ebyo bikuba biri processed. Nako kuza kurebi itwite twakurire turamanyire ebyokurya biri processed. Tubishangira hati twakuzire ba mawitwe batatitwe ba mawenkuritwe barabirebireho.
Yes.
Kandi obwire obwe na autism naye ketariki eketaro konkeri genda abo kushanga all these things ko kugira oti toine gateka ogenda gurateka we o kigira oti toine gari ya muhogo manya mushanga muri mu za cornflakes mu za sausages. So we discourage those kugira ngo because they are processed berimo preservatives.
Yes.
Kandi izo preservatives tuzikuyamba umwana ine autism. Yes. So turebere ngo ibyo kutukubwiha mutwa feeding abana byo kuri bito bya burijo.
Yes.
Bagira ngo abara hyperactive bagira ngo kuyakenera including therapy. Twatire mu therapy tukabakoza activities zo enhancing attention ushanga umwana yatandika gukora ki kukaminga down. Za shukari izo tukazuruka.
Yes. You're talking about wakamba ari nutrition. Which is the best way which is the best nutrition yo kubasa kwereza umwana we myaka ebiri kwisya myaka mukaga owamara kushanga inobonero.
Ebyo kuri byaburije bitu umwana muhereze cyori umwana umuhe muhogo kitakure kitegere no byago bagitahasire kimuhereza kiriye umutekero bushira bwe kinyangore bwitu umuhereza miza ganywe yana enda juice ntugira ngo abana mubahereze juice itari mushukari.
Yes.
Wakwate nanasi yawe okajikamura nangwa no bwakutamwa katunda nesigare kunura no bwakubatatire mushukari.
Yes. Abana bokukira muzira ryokwe anonari ba GNTV abana babo kuba muzira yanargumka arukuza gukora kasheshe takumuraganisa juice yero no gambara takumuraganisa kitakuri naza kumuraganisa sweet. And you're saying sugars are discouraged. Umwana ni kintu cyo kibara mureterekero kunurire etari sweet.
Tokumugurira ari umuyembe shiningo kafite mu kiti ukagumuretera.
Yes.
Ningo kamuretera cyore kimutine wahaka kahato turiyo mu town. Ebicyore biruho nibinje hiba kubyokeza hiba kutekera muretera cyore. Muretera umucyungu. Muretere kintu ekijuma emineke ngweno umuretere bintu ebyaburijo.
Yes.
Ebyaburije kuba first of all mwongera hamagara nutritious. Fruits nizbongera mu vitamins na akora inamani. Fonga sweet neza kumshisha mineke kubanza cyabyo. Nubu yakubatine autism by the way. Sweet ne mshisha mino.
Yes.
So ebintu ebyabaju tugezeho to be avoiding mbweni.
Yes. What role wagamba methods za the therapy methods you're using? You've talked about the speech and language therapy, the physical therapy, and we are seeing also you have talked about the occupational therapy. What role do they things play when you're treating or minimizing autism in children?
Speech and language therapy. Nagamba ngunayegesa habyo kugamba. Konka tuye byonke byarukora. Ataka kwasire mwana ngo kujangwa amwegese. Ataka mwase singire amukanwomu. Aine kubanza yafuna rapport with this child. Yabanza ya connecting abana aba yaba takukunzire ninga kamanyangu tokumukunda ninga kamanyangu akareba kantu kona anything small wareba mushemesa ninga he teacher yakujya thazo mwana wawe tumurebere mwaka na naka omwago kuteka ngo mwana wawe bamujajinga bamwanga banzo hurikirize warahicyumuka ese mugiteka harubaju WhatsApp banze jirugeho abo kubogu no mwana wawe.
That is your future.
tuwa mushomesa, tuwa neighbor, tuwa mama wawe, tuwa mukuru wawe, no wawe.
Yes.
Banze muhobwire observing icyo abashomesa bakugambira. Cyereza bwire then bagarukira bagira okay nkirebire nkunga hati twatayo kiyo. Ninga mugambe biwe na kuba reba bagambira ishe umwana gendo gambire nyina umwana murebe you figure out what to do. And it is important for both parents kumarabe mu rukumwe be on the same page.
Yeah.
Seek early intervention.
Yes.
Before anything else, seek early intervention.
Yes. Omushomesa ari a GNTV on education health. Wakarebera ubonero ki ayino umwana? Are they the same like the other ones of walking because now they are in class?
Yes. Omukubanza tugambira abazire how they can identify excuse me, how they can identify these signs when the child is developing and growing.
Yes.
So hata muzire yatwara umwana we yayishimira takumanye cyo umwana wari we nareba umwana hata mushomesa kwa nareba umwana no mtomu klasi kukata paying attention, that is one sign. Wamhereza ekaramu ninga crayon akareba yagikwata nkicumu wagize hoko jimukwatisa kurungi konka bikarema omanye ngo that's another sign. Wareba mwana no mweta atakwetaba atakuhinduka kureba, that's another sign. Wareba bana numbagira ngo muzo mu break wena azo mukashonda gumamu wenka ninga shitama wenka ninga ayine kintu kitakwenda kukirekura, that might be another sign.
Yes.
Ninga niwe wareba mwana natambura kurambikiriza ari kutumbikiriza,
Yes.
that's another sign. Ninga mwana takubasa kuzomutwirita abo baba kukira bana atogumba mutwara no mudaipa wamutwara mutwiriti yaremwa omanye ngo that could be another sign.
Yes.
Ngwenu ninga wagira of course tugeza kubashomesa sounds in the beginning konkor kureba tibyaruho nabandi abona bashoma sounds bajikwata we are young, that might be another sign.
Yes. What resources or support groups are available for families having children who are optimistic?
Okay, one of the reasons why we are raising awareness is to see how we can support the families.
Yes.
And the first support comes from these parents themselves.
Yes.
Parents ninga shabaziri ende mbagambira omunse yitweje ya Uganda district yitweje ya Mbarra otake ya mbere kinarije kuyama. So the first stage is to accept. Ikiriza kubareba kugambira ninga kore ni wakerebero kacyezurira ikiriza ngo umwana wanje tari nk'abandi bana. Kwaheza kumwikiriza omukunde nawe ne kirabo kurugankahi kurugaharahanga. Then tandikoronde support yo like early intervention kokuna kigamba omwana kirikare nibinja turebere nazo kwebanza zo mudinayo omwana isimyaka mushanju kandi bagira umuryango ntujangwa kati nekintu kwa kakiri kabisi. Early intervention is very key.
Yes.
Then hatiwe nkomuzire mwabira bazire babiri mukwatanise ishe omwana utakagira tunyoye byo witu tukubizara ninga nyina omwana takatandika kugira ningiwe muramu wo mukazi ishe nkazi wo mwana ishe nto omwana mutakagira ngo kubakamuhonga ngo kubakamkoraki mukwatanise. Support comes from the first people is the parent themselves, then the immediate family.
Yes.
That support system is very, very important. Omwana kumanya oh, I am loved, I am treated like any other child. It's very important. Even now I'm twara ishemero nawe aba ishemero mbareba there's support from home and it is important to work together, both the home and the school. Then wabona yondije parent mtahi wao mukwatanisi share experiences owe ye kwara abatari nko wawe share ogambe otekinyo kikanyambaho nawe agambere cyamuyambere hono barengu bari different murebo kumwa supporting each other. That is the most important part. That's where any other help is going to come from.
Yes. Is there anything you people who have raised their voices, government, echekuyamba abantu aba?
Well, that's a very hard question, Nicholas.
It is not hard.
That's a very hard one.
These are the people, this is something too serious. Abanabantu and omwana wena naliwa government. If it is Uganda, naliwa government ya Uganda. Okay. And everyone who is born is the health. Kashimekubagali omikono ya government. So now we are on the parents, the teachers, and there are some of those people who are poor, they are vulnerable. He is amwimwe, the resource groups who are trying to support. Now comes in the government, the Ministry of Education and the Ministry of Health. We also have special interest groups. Do those people support such a kind of people?
Okay, Nicholas. When we decided to raise this awareness in Barara, tukagenda tukahandikira Minister of Education.
Yes.
Minister of Education being a first lady of this country, yes. Honorable Janet Kataha Museveni,
yes.
Nkusima, nimusimira kimwe.
Yes.
Ebaraha yitu akajachira kandi yatugarukamu.
Yeah.
Mwene nebasa kuba a bit late. Ponka yatugambira ngo tarabase kwija. Ponka yajwekera Honorable Jane Ruth Acheng,
the Minister of Health.
Namwe tuza kuba tumwina hindi 12.
Yes.
So hati echabe kitumwetise nabwe nabuno gorije najwekeroha uri. So ntuza kumworeka ngo nutwetenga ki?
Yes.
Nutwetenga government intervention.
Yes.
Then nabo kwara kirebe na nimanyangu naje kutandikiraho urugezi ntuje kurugwisa.
Because I know imwe batandikire orugezi, you're doing researches. Where do you put those researches you're developing?
Researches of course turukora nkoko nakugambira noba wakwata eji wajisiya yogo mwana oreberiya kandi oryo different. Yes. So those ones are still ongoing.
Yes.
We cannot put them anywhere until we have finished. Autism is not something old. The first child was autism una rebel kamareba in 2016.
Yes.
Konkankana nkabishoma kareho.
Yeah.
So ina mrebire we have 2016
yes.
to today. Abana binarebere ba autism they are more than 300.
Yes. Omuyecho, do you have special centers on different health facilities countrywide abimuku making sure mwa correcting abana ninga you're just centered in Barara? Do you go beyond Barara kureba unabariokwe nabafuna support?
There are many centers,
yes,
that are supporting these children. Atwaza ha referral hospital ya Barara.
Yes.
Aza kushangayo an occupational therapist. There's a pediatric neurologist.
You're right.
Hata go pediatric neurologist naza kugambara introduce njiroha occupational therapist.
Yes.
Occupational therapist naza kugira ati omwana gumana umureta ebiro biti.
Yeah.
Amukoreho akwegese what to do while you're at home. Abokuba even these therapists in the whole country.
Yes.
They are a handful. And I thank God for Uganda. Abokuba Uganda, at least we name speech and language therapists.
Yeah.
Last month in Kabandi, Arusha, I was speaking at an ADC summit. And ADC is the African Disability Collaboration. And I was shocked. Kushanga Tanzania, the speech and language therapist. Yet they are doing all they can kuyamba bana. konka tubabini. So at least for us we have government like introducing engage course.
Yes.
Nambwe ni shaba kama ngunana Mbara University.
Yeah.
Nayo tukore yo faculty ya abananga therapists sabo. Yes,
because it is only market now.
But aba paramedics but training speech and language therapists occupational therapists, behavior therapists, so that ihanga rutunge more and more therapists. The prevalence is high.
Yes, you people who are advantageous as we are finishing our program, have you tried to see that you including teachers and parents kugira ngo mubeje saka kakosi kache nawo manyo mwana weye omuka omuzire kakuza asimaranga tubale kumperezo mwana but these defects takura ukakuzikora ki kuzimanya. When you find a child is like this, abazira bono mubeje sa.
Of course. Kutu umwana at our level, at my level personally as a school, abantu nibinja bakutohereza abana.
Yeah.
Ati umwana kwa kwijja twakora assessment, then we start a journey. We don't start a journey with just the child.
Yes.
We start the journey also with that parent.
Yes.
Like every time we have a meeting with them, not just to talk about the child, but even how to support them.
Yes.
Omchumro, we do what we call home-based therapy. Tuzahaka, tureba resources ziriyo, tureba how they can use because they cannot have the same resources we have at school.
Yeah.
So turebe ziroho. To how to utilize them to help the child. Then we also make recommendations.
Yes.
When we customize the education plan for the child, we also share it with the parents.
Yes.
Kugira ngo turakore ayishemero kinekorwa haka.
Turukenera program yetu, what could be your best advice to those people who have understood these signs and what they should do?
Webare mnonga Nicholas ekina kibuzo kirungi ati wambulukirize nimkushaba gambiraho neighbor wawe.
Yes.
Gambiraho mushomesa w'okumanya gambiraho student w'okumanya uri especially nko O level na A level omugambire ngu yana choosing a career path, a considering path ya special needs education. Abo kuba nitubetenga kandi tuzaguma unless God intervenes. Prevalence eje kashanko kuyakoma.
Yes.
We are heading probably for an autism inclusive world ahead, where we are going to need as many therapists as possible, as many special needs teachers as possible. So ihompurikirize jeza hokure wareba mwana ari nk'utwadi describing, don't judge them, but support them, accept them, love them. The family, don't utakaza kubagambura, instead just support them the best way you can.
Yes.
Then ebiri kuna byo kwakana okuko kwaza kwisha.
Yes.
Tuzakuba tuineho a big event. Eina abagambira ngo honorable Ruth Acheng nakubaro. Mwije asakuba watu joining cherigwe ninga tuwa paying attention 12 byo kwakana.
Yes.
Come.
Yes. Omurungi webare kwekumira GNTV program yawe nyamurungi manya amagara gawe nibeho buri rwa kabiri ugashahina mpaka shayitano ugakasheshe na burukana kurugashahina mpaka shayitano ogwa nyikiro yikumira GNTV programs zindi ziriyo nizigarikamu haza twanshaba icyo ragumeno yige reka guma nacho wenka hereza umutahi wawe hereza una mnyoni wawe nubasa no kuza social media handles zitu o downloading ezi programs haza ogumu mko yawe oyongere kumanya no sukushanga program ya nehendera haza tuwa kwasaje genda social media handles zitu ogume noyega amazina niraka ni turiche Nicholas arukubona kutwara o program eki otakarga.